Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, the most powerful racket Yonex has just introduced. Stay tuned. All right, coffee sponsor of today is Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson writes, I enjoy Tennis Spin. You are clever to have so many interesting topics. Oh, thank you, Robert. I appreciate you. If you want to be my coffee sponsor of the day, network is buymeacoffee.com/tennis spin. If you want to just hook up the channel, super thanks is the way. Link is below. Cheers to you guys. Thank you so much. Ooh, okay. All right, guys. So the new Astrel 120 is the most powerful racket Yonex has on the market. The previous version of this racket was 115. So they had 2 generations of the 115, and now they've scrapped that and have made a bigger racket. That's interesting to me because I feel like these rackets, you know, these bigger, lighter rackets are kind of, you know, there aren't many of them anymore on the market. And going bigger is interesting. I'm not quite sure why they did that, but knowing Yonex, I'm sure there's a reason, okay? Now, this is not also big, it's also light. I'm going to throw it on the scale because we strung it up, and we have a strong, sheesh, I'm going to have to do it like this because it's just, there's too much, it's too head heavy here. Okay, what's it weigh? 271. So 271 total grams on this one. Now this is going to be really head heavy. Look at this, it barely fits on the balance board, how wide it is there. Whoa. Whoa. 36 point, and it's hard to do that because it's so head heavy. 36.5. Wow, 365 on that. Ooh. The weight was 271. Swing weight will be, let's see. $312. Okay. All right. Really, really light. Really, really head heavy. Good amount of mass coming through on that 312. So for those of you who have short swing, want power, need power from the racket, this is going to give you power. This is going to give you spin. This is going to give your short swing a good amount of punch. So, wow. I wonder how it's going to actually play though. They gave us Yonex Rexis Comfort in the 16L125 for the strings. I decided to string it at 55 pounds just to give it a little control for us. So 16, 17 string pattern, you know, got to keep the ball in, at least for us. All right, let's take it on the court and test out the 120. right, so we just tried the new, improved, and bigger Astrel 120 that replaced the 115.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so
wow.
Coach Gu, 120.
Luckily enough, I got to try the 115 just to play test it and see how it felt. This is a really good update. Don't let the 120 square head fool you. It is actually a very good oversized racket. I was really genuinely surprised how it felt. I prefer actually this racket over the 105 version of the current update because it's just such an easy racket to use. I barely have to do anything special. I mean, as you could, when you hold this racket, you will feel all the weight going through the head. Like there's nothing on the handle. The weight's all going through the head. And when I'm hitting any type of shot, backhand, slice, forehand, overhead, it does its work. When you let it swing, it swings. And it has amazing feel for such a heavy head racket that you can feel every shot you're hitting. I would still recommend this to the older players that are having some problems with the plow. This, I feel like you will have no problem with swinging around. When it swings, it will go. So definitely check this out if you're the player that is using this currently and want actually a little more stability.
Really? Okay. So yeah, so plow is the name of the game of this one. I
Yes.
can definitely, I agree with you on that one. What did you think compared to the 115? I thought it's a better one.
I think this is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the better one in my opinion because it actually had more feel.
Right.
And the plow was just enough to feel every part of the ball.
Definitely.
Usually the 115 didn't really feel much. It just felt hollow.
Yep. Coach Ching, what'd you think?
Even though this racket is lighter than the 105, it actually doesn't feel because the weight's all distributed on the head. It's really forcing you to swing. I don't know if this is a standard size racket for you to have in tournaments, but this would be a good one for you to kind of go and, have fun with, especially if you're on the senior side of playing tennis. If you're a little bit up there in age and your arms are feeling a little bit tired and you need a little extra power, this will provide that for you. Yep, still 16 by 17. So you really do kind of get the string bed to really snap a lot. And that's kind of just allowing the racket to do its thing. So I would say that compared to the 105, a lot more stable. I would definitely recommend it to those who are a little bit on probably 60, 70 and up for this. And try it out. Cool.
So, fortunately and unfortunately, there aren't many rackets that are made in this size anymore. 115 is about as big as they make for most of the other companies. So this is kind of a rarity. I'm glad that they actually had the forethought of making it bigger and better. So once you get this going, no matter how short your swing is, the racket will take over, the weight will take over, and help push the ball back. So if you're of that age that plays a lot of doubles,
doubles or even like some singles points once in a while, it actually does its job.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that if you're just needing power, this will definitely do it for you. It'll give you free spin. It'll, just make contact. The ball will go back. This will, be powerful. It's like a V12.
What's the head size?
120.
Yeah, 120. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, again, for a big head size like that, if you want to make contact with the ball, especially when mobility is a bit limited, right? You're going to be able to use that racket and kind of cover a lot of court.
Right. The rarity is that it's not longer. They decided not to make it longer. Usually rackets like this are ½ inch longer.
That makes sense.
They decided to keep it at 27.
And I like it that way.
Yeah, it's good.
No, I agree with that too.
Yeah. Sweet spot's big too.
Yeah. Huge.
Big.
Yes. Okay. Who are we going to recommend this to?
You can do that.
Probably 60 and up.
Somebody who needs a little more power, guys.
A little bit lack of mobility. If you want to play with that racket, that would be a good one for you. It's 120, right? So
yes.
Swing away with that swing path, and I don't think you'll, miss that ball.
Right.
It's a big racket.
Guys, that's the 120 Astrel 2024 version. Coach Ching, where can they find you?
You can find me at CB Chen Tennis.
And
That's it.
Goo, where can they find you?
You can find me at ag.tennis. I'll also be posting content there as well.
All right. Get back in here, Gene. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. All right, ready?
Out.
The ball was in! You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious! The ball hit the paint. Paint flew up. Did you not see that? Are you blind? You need an eye doctor. You cannot be serious. Oh, wait. I have swing vision.
The ball is in.